Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for helping in. My name is Ryan Simanyima. My radiography, my student, my fourth year. Apart from my studies, I'm also a medical content writer. So, I have an amazing guest speaker today, all the way from the UK. Hey,
Mm.
Benedita, could you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, everyone. My name is Benedicta.C.Nwokedi, and I'm a personal development coach and also the founder of HGSC Digital Skills Academy. And away from LinkedIn, I'm a senior phlebotomist by profession, a health worker in bracket. Yeah, so you don't get confused, anyways. And I do a lot of things away from LinkedIn as well. I founded a ladies community, ladies with difference, where I teach them about ladies. And I'm also the convener of Owerri LinkedIn Hangouts in Imo State, Nigeria, and many others. Anyways, yeah. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
you're the boss, no problem. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. We have a couple of questions for you to answer. Are you ready?
Hmm. Okay, that's good.
No.
Mhm.
Now, the first question goes this way. How do you help students out there gain clarity in different areas of their lives to achieve their common goals? So tell us.
Okay, so I'll start by saying that um as an experienced coach for some years now, um, there is one unique thing about students. They find it so hard to balance their normal life away from studies, especially life away from studies in relationship, prayer life, financial, like sometimes they want to go for finance more than they study. So all this finding a balance has been one of the biggest challenge for students. And just like a life coach, a personal development coach, I first give them some questions, and from my questions, like a document, I notice where they are lacking. There are so many questions that I ask for 8 areas of your life where you're lacking, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and all that. From there, I pick their minds and I know what this person really needs. And I would say that is easier for me because I was once a student like them. And when I hop on a discovery call with them, most of the times I give my life examples, and I notice they connect better because when you hear that she has been there before and she understands what you're saying, and you give those advice, they accept it better than you speaking from, how do I say it, you speaking from just knowing and you speaking from experience. They are two different things. So I'll say that students, most of the times, to help them gain clarity and to help them achieve their goals, is to help them find where they are not balanced. If they are not balanced in finance, you, no matter what you say about their intellectual or career life, they won't connect and they will not find that balance. So the main thing is to find where they're lacking, the percentage they have there, and from your questions or interaction, you can help them to balance and set up their goals. Thank you.
To get you correctly, you create like a Google form for students to fill
Yeah,
out their. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Benedita, right? The short form is
Benedicta.
Benedita. What was the short form of your name?
Benny.
Okay, Bennett. Okay.
Yeah.
So, before we move to the next question, could you talk us through about your student period, undergrad, and
Mhm.
what you studied? and how you transition to what you're doing right now. So tell us.
Yeah, so the story of my education is that I was meant to do nursing from onset because the family wanted me to be a nurse. But I don't have passion for nursing. And even after so many years of working with them and studying with them in school as well, I don't have passion for it. I like going for what I love doing. So I got admission, but I don't know what happened. My name was misplaced with someone. We answered same surname and Precious as well because my one of my name is Precious. So the results were mixed up and it was given to her instead of me. I don't know how it happened, but I think that's God saying that you're not meant to be here. And though it was a waste of time, resources, and effort, but I was happy. So that was how I was told about medical laboratory science in same school as well. So I had to buy the form same day, and I think, yeah, I went for the exam the next day. I had to sleep over in the school because I came from a different state. That was how I got into medical laboratory science. And I would say that at first I didn't feel so happy about it because I really want to be a medical doctor in life. But when I noticed that most of the things doctors work with are supplied from the results they get from the medical laboratory scientists. I felt comfortable with it. I said, anyways, this can be a stepping stone to my future career, which is like studying to be a medical doctor. So I felt balanced and I loved the course. And as a student, it wasn't easy, I must say, and it's never easy to study. But I noticed that you don't get used to studying if you don't have a reason to study. I actually studied so well in school because I wanted to defend my certificates anywhere I find myself tomorrow. Like I'm someone that don't just have um, certificates or records online. I like to know what I say. I like to be proud of who I am or what I am. So I told myself that I won't just maneuver because some of the students they cram and after studies they forget everything they know. But no, I found a way to study because I really want to understand this. I want to defend it tomorrow. I want to be able to tell people what I studied and clarify them in a better way for them to understand, even to the novice in my profession, for them to know what it is. So it helped me to study, I must say, and I would say that because I made it a habit to read every day, even when I don't feel like, even when I don't understand, I read, and it made me to start getting used to reading, and it helped me to remember a lot when I write my exams. And coming to finance, I won't say that there was no money to train me. Like some people will say their parents are poor or that. No, my dad and mom, they were there to support me. But you know, I'm the seventh child, and sometimes dad had to pay for others first because a lot of expenses coming from everywhere, and most of us are in university then. So I started to. I like being independent. I don't like to wait, especially something I know I can help myself with. So I said, I think I'm the only person in my department that did almost all the business. I'm a Nigerian, so there is nothing I didn't sell. I grew up in Aba, so I used to travel from Owerri to Aba, and I did a lot of business. I sold bags, student bags. I sold shoes. I sold clothes. I sold bags of sachet water. I sold recharge card. There's nothing I didn't do anyways because I'm a hustler anyways in business, and it helped me to the point that when students need money, they come to me to borrow. That's to tell you how I don't know how it happened, but I was I was okay then. Like I pay my bills even before that sends money. So I would say that I enjoyed studying, though it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Some of the exams will make you feel like you're not getting in, but I'm happy I did it. I must say, I'm happy I read because today even in the office, though I'm not a nurse, some of the stuffs we do in the office, my knowledge from school helps me to defend some things and to learn faster. There are things I'm not meant to be doing, but I have the edge over others because of my background. Do you understand? Because of the things I know. So I must say that no matter where you're coming from, no matter where you're going to, any level you are, gain the knowledge, have it for yourself. It will be a benefit. So that's the story. Thank you so much.
So this is like a lesson to, including me as well, for the audience
Mm,
too. Any course you're studying, both medicine or medical laboratory, ophthalmology, pediatrics, any of them, just economics, any
mm,
course, any of them, make sure you know it just for yourself because you will in life defend what you just read.
yeah.
I really love that. I really love that. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, Benedita. There's something you just said about is like an edge over others because of something in your
Mm,
school. So that's like a
yeah.
lesson to many of us here listening. Make sure you know something in that thing you're doing. Any course you're doing, make sure you know one or two things because you will definitely go on the field to practice. For me, as a radiography student, I'm trying my best to make sure
Mm,
I know one or two things I know, and so that because life's in my hands, and
yeah.
I don't want to kill people. I want to save people. So
Yeah.
that's the end product.
Well done.
Yeah, well done to you too. You know, wait, where you work as a medical laboratorist, right, in the UK.
No, I work as
So
a senior phlebotomist.
what is the
The
what is
connection.
the connection between the two?
Okay, so in medical laboratory science in Nigeria, I would say because here it's called biochemistry. Over in UK, I mean. But in Nigeria, medical laboratory science, in our year one, we are taught phlebotomy. We are trained in the hospital to take blood samples and all blood sample, both histology samples, urine sample, like every kind of sample. We are trained to do that. So I got the certificate as part of my studies in Nigeria. So when I came over here as well, I was trained before I was able to practice as well. And because I already have years of experience from Nigeria, I think that was the reason I was given a senior phlebotomist role, not just a phlebotomist. So
Hmm.
that's the connection.
Amazing,
Yeah. Mm.
amazing. It's what you did in year one, and in medical lab is
Mm.
a 4-year course, right?
Yeah.
So you could remember what you did in your year one up to now.
Yeah. It's a practice, like it's practical. So
Hmm.
I still
This
remember.
is amazing. This is really amazing. So the second question goes this way. Now,
Mm.
can you share a success story of or an unforgettable memory from your teaching experiences with your students? To tell us a success story or something you remember that from your teaching experience thus far with your students. To tell us.
Yeah. So I would like to share a success story from my company, Digital Skills Company, because as a personal development coach, actually, I've had some success, but I really want to share from my company because um I have a lot from there. It has been there for years, but as a personal development coach, I just started in January. As I was trained, yeah, I got my certificate in January. So the first class I had in coaching was public speaking coaching. And I had it from my group, ladies with difference. Like I told interested people that wants to teach people how to that wants to learn how to speak, how to gain confidence to speak to people and interact more and communicate better, to send a DM. And I was able to start with five, no, seven ladies. And I taught them public speaking because then that was when I just finished getting certified as a public speaker. And I did a 1 month training with them and a lot of practicals. Like I gave my all to them, and two of them from that training are now my mentees. But the success there is that seven of them, six of them now have their own communities, like they are now founders. And looking at their growth, I'm just like, I'm proud I did that because when we started newly the class, they were just like, "Ma, I can't face people, ma, I can't speak to people, I don't know. I know what to say, but I can't communicate." That those feeling. But I'm just proud of myself that I was able to help them because imagine that some of them have like 500 people in their communities, WhatsApp communities. Now, I was able to help people that are helping thousands. Do you understand? So it's just like me saying that anybody can be anything. Everyone has a unique ability in them. And it has continued now in my company. Some of my coaches have never coached before, but they have the skill. Like, let me say copywriting. My present copywriting coach has not coached before. My present graphic designer coach, he has not coached before. And when you tell them that I want to pick you as a coach, they're always like, "Ma, why do I have not thought before? What will I do?" But the thing is, once they have the ability, they have the patience, the personality to communicate better with people. I watch their personality. I always speak from personality and how good you are with your skill. I don't go for experience because I know I can train anybody to be what I want them to be. So I always believe that people have it in them. So in my years of experience, I've noticed that people always have it in them, or it's not me just teaching them, though I help to sharpen them, but it's there already. So I would say that this is why I decided to go into personal development, because I noticed that when you are personally developed, you can be anything. But when you're inwardly not developed, no matter how hard you pick knowledge to pour on yourself, it won't sink down because the foundation is shaking and is not well cemented. So yeah, this is one of the success story I'm so proud of. There are so many, but this is the highlight of them all. Thank you.
Hmm. I just want to make it to the audience that she has coached over 55 plus people in her coaching career. So she's more experienced in terms of coaching. You're really doing an amazing job. Benedicta, thank you so much for sharing that success story for us. So the
Thank you so
third
much.
question goes this way. What strategies do you use to help students set and achieve unique life goals? So tell us how the strategies you use, to help students out there to set and achieve unique life goals. So tell us.
Okay. The first is I use two strategies, and the first is knowing their present level because um there is a book I wrote, Get It Right 2024. That's one of my books. So in life we have three levels in our life, like three levels you need to go. So the first level is you. That's when you build yourself. That's when you do more of personal development. That's when you give 100% of learning, and that's when you sacrifice more, both finance, time, energy, and everything. So the second is you are learning but you are gaining. I would say me personally, I'm in that level. I still invest in some trainings, but now I'm also gaining because people pay me to coach them on what I know. So that level is you give 50 and you receive 50. You're giving what you know and you're also receiving from it. Do you understand? So that's the second level. And the last level is, I will not say it's 100%, but it's 70/30. That's like, yeah, those, I would say that somebody like Tony Edmere is in that level. He's giving 70%. No, he's gaining 70%, but wait, let me get it right. He's gaining 70%, but he's still learning 30%. Because once you stop learning in life, that's the day you start dying. Because every single day we learn. Walking on the road, there's something new you learn every day. So you learn 30%, but then you gain more, like you gain 70%. Do you understand? Because you've already built, and you now have experiences and standards and structures that are giving you the source of income. So firstly, I analyze my students. Some people in school now should be in their second level. Some people are in their first level. Some people have not started. They might be like, I've done so many trainings, but when you have this one-on-one discussion, you know that this person needs to go back to level one, because if he jumps any level, there is a stage you get in life you must go back to. You must always go back. That's where you start struggling, though you've reached this level, but you need to go back. So me, I took my time to study my level one very well. So I always make sure that I know which level my student is. There are so many of my students as well that are not, I call them clients. They are no longer students. They have graduated in school. They are doing business. They are founders of so many things, but they need their personal development to be checked and analyzed by a coach. Do you understand? So some of them are in their second level. Some of them are in their third level. Some of them are made already, but you need to tell them what they need at that level to learn. You need to direct them like in the right track, so they don't waste time with what is not necessary. Do you understand? So I find out which level they are, and that's one of the strategies. So when I find out the level they are meant to be, I tell them what to do. That's why I now pick them to the second level. And the second level is me trying to ask them some personal questions. What's your long-term goals? What's your short-term goals? What do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself, even as a student? That apart from just getting certificate, what else do you really want to be in life? What are you thinking? I need to know how far they can think, how creative they can be with their vision and plans in life. And when I see that you're not analyzing well, I go back to start with so many discussions. I always have 10 sessions with them, like 1 hour every day. I go back to I have deep thoughts with you. I try to, give you advices and, open your mind to think far. Because one thing with students is that they think within their level, and that's why I always push people to watch more videos of successful people, so that it builds your mentality. It grows your mental to know that there is levels you can go, and the top is always available for anyone, not for certain people that are made from a different category. No, anyone can be at that level. So um, when I found out when I find out that this person doesn't have goals, that's where we start from. But when you already have your goals, and I look at your goals, they are sensible and they are doable. So that my people can imagine so much. But when they are doable, I know that, yeah, in 5 years you can do this. Then we sit down and we discuss, we set plans. I break and we give yourself targets. I speak with you and you start giving targets like daily. What do you need to do so that in 5 years you are at this level? If it's something you need to save, okay, let's break it down to yearly. If you need to build a house in 2020, 2029, next 5 years, okay, maybe you need 30 million. Let's break it down to 5 years. Okay, yearly, how much do you need to do? Okay, so in months, how much do you need to have in your account? Okay, what's the source of income that will get you that amount in a month? When you don't have it, we start analyzing on financial source of income, like whether digital, physical. I'm a market guru. I can send them to do so many stuff. So a lot, a lot. I actually go deep in, helping people to achieve their desired growth in life. So thank
Yeah,
you.
you're really doing amazing work, Benedicta. Thank you so much for sharing. And I believe that people that are watching might need some of your advices or some of your helping hands, like your coaching session. So if you're really interested, you can reach out to Benedicta through the link, some links below the YouTube description below as well. So, so we have two more questions for you to answer. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Sorry.
So wait, do do you only coach Nigerians? Have you started that coaching in the UK as well?
Do I do well?
Do you start? Have you started the coaching as well in the present country you're in, especially the UK? Do you have a company set up in the UK apart from Nigeria?
My all my companies are digital, like they're all online companies. So I've not had any physical structure for my company,
No,
but it's
what I'm saying
registered
is,
in Nigeria.
yeah. So, have you ever coached someone outside Nigeria before?
Yeah, I've had an international coach. I've had people from Canada. I've had someone from Ghana. One of my coach as well is from Cotonou. Gosh, I've had one of my coaches from the country is kind of I'm always misplacing it with another country. But I've coached people outside Nigeria and I have so many students. Even before I left Nigeria, I've been coaching people internationally. But since I've been in UK, yeah, I've coached someone from Scotland as well and different countries. So I think I need to start getting a list of countries of students I've coached because that's always the last thing that comes to my mind. I just need to know them and
Amazing,
what they do. Yeah.
amazing, amazing. So the fourth question goes this way. You know, as you said, as a CEO of Digital Skills Academy um, Limited, you know, how do you incorporate personal trainings into your courses? To tell us,
Personal trainings, how?
like your
Maybe
strategies
you
you use into your
rephrase.
course. Because you have some courses like you run digitally. So what are the
Mm.
strategies you use to include your experiences into that courses that you create for people?
Oh, okay. So, as a CEO, most times, so many students pass through me to have a consultation kind of before they are registered for any skills because I noticed that so many students go for skills according to how much they think they will make from it. Maybe when they see someone post online and say, I made 6 figures from this, 7 figures from this skill, they are just attracted and they quickly want to go for it. So I personally used to have consultations with them. I used to ask some sensitive questions like, what do you like to do? Like, do you enjoy reading? Do you enjoy writing? Do you enjoy speaking? Do you enjoy creating things? Do you like designs? Do you like watching beautiful videos? From their interests and what they enjoy, you can easily push someone to it. And as well, I ask them, what's your passion? What's that you like doing? Like me, I like teaching, and I noticed from childhood I've started teaching from age 10. So I ask people, what was that you do and you're fulfilled? What is that you do and you're happy? Do you understand? Somehow, what they actually enjoy doing might not be related to some of the skills we offer presently, but then I can go ahead to ask some other questions that will make me to understand what this person will like doing. Because apart from the money you get from a skill, if you don't really enjoy what you're doing, you won't last in it. Because I've seen people that are like, oh, ghostwriting, you have to write thousands of words. I'm also a ghostwriter and I've written 5 books of my own. I've written for so many clients as well. So some people just feel like, ma, I can't write so long. You know what it means to write 10,000 words for a book? And they're just like, ma, I never knew this is what you have to do because in my company, before you graduate, you write your first book because we want you to do something you say you want to do for others. Do it yourself. It makes you to practice better, and that's when you know your flaws and you can easily get corrected. Do you understand? So some of them really don't even want to, they're not even happy doing that. Apart from the money they get from me, they are not happy with it. So I always have this personal chats with them, personal consultation with most of them. if they are confused, I always tell my account officer, send them to me to have a consultation. So we are not eager to, we are not eager to get your money and get registered. No, we are eager to make sure that you are happy doing what you're doing and you get when you go for the skill you really want, the skill you really need. Because want is different from need. You might want something, but you don't need it in your life. So we actually push them to go for what they need and not what they want. So that's how we do my company.
Hmm. Your company is really amazing, really amazing, and I believe that people are really interested in your coaching services. And if you, like I said before, if you're ever interested, or you know someone that her coaching services are really interesting or will benefit from, you can as well, send them this video to watch and reach out to Benedicta as well. So we have the last question for you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Now the last question goes this way: what problems do students who are who have you've taught more than 55 people across so far? So what are the problems do you think that students often face or encounter, and how do you solve them for them?
So I would say that for now, the highest problem students always face is finance. The most of the 90% of the students tell you they don't have money. Some of them they really don't have that issues with studying and passing exams because some of them already know what to do. Do you understand? But their issues is I need money. My background is not capable, so I need to do something. So I think anyways in life, God I will say God because I'm a Christian. In case of people that are not, but I'm sorry, I'll use God. God always, place us in stages that He knows that will help us in another stage. So I would say that because from my experience, I was able to maneuver in school, even though it was a law never to sell in the hostel. I was able to sell. I was able to sell so many stuff. So it was very hard, but I did it. So I think it has helped me to know that okay, I asked students, can you do a physical business? Like can you market? And I know what to do. I know what to tell you. I ask you about your environment and I send you for it. I tell you what to buy it. I will tell you what to sell. I even sold bed sheets. So I know a lot of things that students, no matter what's happening, they want to buy. Do you understand? Because when they calculate the money to go to market and buy that thing, they'll buy from you that is in the hostel or you that is closer to their lodge or anything. So um and I also asked them that so what's that need most people in the school have? Because from my own school, like my school is something like they used to call it a higher boarding school. It's a Catholic institution, so we live inside the school. None of the students live outside, only for married people. So I noticed that one issue we always encounter is going outside to buy sachet water is a big deal for them. So when I was selling, can you imagine that I sell like I sold 50 bags in a day more than I used to sell I used to sell like 200 bags of water in school. And from each bag, I think I was making either 100 naira or something. So can you calculate it? I used to know what I'm saying. Like then I used to, I used to have money that I'm even scared of, and I'm like, "Ah, where is all this money coming from?" To the extent that people can steal from me, I did not even notice until I did my calculations and noticed some money I'm missing. Like I used to have a lot of money in my cupboard, and I used to trust so much, so I don't lock it. So, you know, finance is the issue. Most of the students they have financial issues, and if there are people that they are too shy to, tell someone to convince someone to buy something, I tell them what to do. They can use WhatsApp marketing because I'm also a coach in WhatsApp marketing now. I used to coach so many people on how to use their WhatsApp to close more sales. Like I use my WhatsApp most of the time to do so, not even LinkedIn. So I can push them to WhatsApp marketing. But if I notice that even your WhatsApp, you cannot gain contacts when I ask you to do, I push you to digital. You go to learn a skill. You must do something. Money cannot fall from above. But some people I know that some people are very lazy. Like no matter what you tell them to do. They don't want to do it, but they want the money. Do you understand? Nobody would dash you money. Nobody. That's one thing people should start getting used to. Like, I don't know how they expect miracle money. Money will not come from anywhere. It's either you have a skill, you must have something to give someone before you receive. Do you understand? So finance is always the issue, and apart from that, they always find it challenging to balance their love life and studies. That's another big topic that I always deal with because you know, because if you're someone that cannot be focused when you're emotionally into something, I will advise you, no matter how tough it is, focus on something because one thing is that more guys, more ladies, more beautiful ladies, handsome, any kind of person you want to always come in the future. But once you miss the opportunity to graduate with a higher grade or with a good result, it will never come again. So when I was in school, there's something I asked I made a post about that on LinkedIn as well. There's something I asked my mentor then, my career mentor, because when I was in school, I had a career mentor. I asked him that in church I'm a church goer, I'm a very serious Christian. So then I was the president in altar server. I'm a Catholic, so we serve at mass. I was the president then Legion of Mary. I was also the president, lectors, people that read in mass. I was a vice. So I had three posts coupled with I'm in final year. So I had to ask him questions like, what do you think? Do I need to continue all these activities in church or do I need to face my studies? I'm confused because then I was scared because I'm a Christian. I just understood that you cannot leave God, no matter what you're doing, you must serve him. Do you understand? You need to give God your service for you to, get what you want in life. So he told me something. He told me that Benedicta, you can always serve God after school, but you can never go back to because our target then was for me to graduate with first class, and that was what I was working to, and that was what he wants me to get as I'm graduating. So he told me that you never get first class if you leave school, but you can always serve God no matter how you want after school. And that word has never left my head. He said, make it 50-50. Read the way you pray. When you pray, make sure you read to that level as well. Like make it balanced. So what I used to do then is, as a mass server, then I was their leader. But what I do is I read throughout the night. I read 6 to 6. That's my reading time. I might come back from school by 2, 3, 4. I'll sleep. Then I'll wake up by 6. I'll start awake to 6 in the morning. I read 6 to 6. That's my reading time, and it has made me it was for me. Like if I read during the day, my head is already busy and stressed. So I might not assimilate better. So I read throughout the night. When the others are sleeping, I'm reading. So when they are waking up, I'll go for mass. It was very it was very risky because sometimes my head I'm feeling very dizzy. But then that's when I'll go to church because there's morning mass every day. So I go to church and I serve. But I don't start doing activities of a reader. I give it to the next person. I just serve mass, go back to my room, either sleep for a few minutes before school or something. So it was a bit of a challenge, but I was able to tell God that I'm still with you and I was able to still read more because if you don't know miracle not happen. That's just it. If you don't write on your paper, there's no how you get that mark. You not get 90%. So though sometimes you can pass by grace and miracle, but most of the time you must write something before you pass. So that's just the challenges people have had. So that's the most challenging part students are
Yeah.
encountering.
Wow, thank you so much, Benedicta. You've been an amazing guest speaker, and I really enjoyed the session. And I believe that the audience really adore you for that. So before we wrap up the session, what are your last words for the audience?
Okay, so I would like to say that people should take their personal development seriously because most of the times I've encountered people that are away from what they write online, are away from what they represent online. Personally, they can't defend what they are. I've seen people that online they I don't want to go so deep, but I would say that there are some things people write online they are not. And I've come to understand that because they joke with their personal development, they can't defend it outside. Like when you meet them in person, because I've gone to physical events, I've seen people online away from online to physical. So I've noticed that people don't balance their personal development life. They don't take it serious. They don't see it as something worth doing. This year I had to spend, I think I spent approximately in naira 70K to do my life coaching training. And at that point, I spent so much December period, because it's December now. You have to do a lot of things at home and some things and pay off some debts and all that. I was dry at that moment, but I told myself that I spent so much. I've worked throughout last year and I've spent so much on other things and helping other people, helping family. Me, what am I proud of? Like me, myself, what will I do this year? So even at this stage, if I can still continue going for more skills, going for more knowledge, I don't think anybody should stop, because people, when they say, oh, I've learned this skill, they just stop there. No. I I actually have so many skills. I'm a public speaker, I'm a health writer, I'm a ghostwriter. But the three of them, none of them is a waste, because even as a company owner, like as a CEO of this company, most of my books are written by me. And as a health writer, I've also coached in my company. I've also written for people. Like all my skills are payable. Now I've gained life coaching skill as well. And now I can be able to tell people where they're lacking in their life, where they need to balance in their daily life, their personal development and all that. None of them is a waste. Even tomorrow, if I want to evolve into tech or anything, like they're all changed. So I always tell people, go for more knowledge. It's never a waste. When people tell me, ma, I don't need copywriting skills, but tomorrow when you get your skills, you want to convince somebody why they should employ you. Like all these skills are somehow related, and I always tell people that don't stop learning. Never stop learning. Don't think you're enough. Know your level. If you're still in the basic level of level one, knowing that you have to do 100% of building yourself, build it, read books, go online. YouTube, people don't go people don't go to YouTube to watch videos. When I was studying, there are some courses that you never understand. Their terminologies are so big that it won't sink. So what I used to do is I go on YouTube, I watch the videos of, if it's like a practical session or something, I just type it on YouTube. I watch videos of people talking about it, or videos of people practicalizing what I'm reading about. And because it's pictures and visuals, like it just sticks to my head. And doing exam, I remember more of the videos, not even what my lecturer taught me. Do you understand? So people should learn to go online, search for things, go for knowledge. Me, I made it a duty that I must learn something every day. When I don't, I scroll on YouTube and I learn. And when you learn, when you subscribe and do more of learning, those videos will always be there. Because I notice that when people tell you that if I go on YouTube, I don't need to see any reasonable video. You can't, because you've never stopped scrolling to watch a tangible video that is actually adding meaning to your life, because you've always been watching jokes and all that. You always be seeing those in your feed. That's how the algorithm works. But when you're stopping to watch videos that are making sense, that teaches you something, you notice that any day you go there, you see more of it. That's just the fact. It was both LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, as everywhere. The algorithm works like that. It brings to your feed what you like watching. If you like porn, you always be seeing it. If you like church videos, you always be seeing it. If you like worship, you always be seeing it. So that's just it. So people should learn how to develop themselves first, because no matter where you are, no matter what you do in life, there is a level you reach in life, you must need to defend what you know. And when your basic is not well grounded, you mess up. So that's my last one, and I would like to appreciate you so much. Namsin Onyema. Onyema, you are Igbo. Where are you from? We'll chat later. So I'd like to appreciate you, Onyema. I hope you hear Igbo as well, because I'm a very good Igbo speaker. And
Sure.
thank you for the invite. It's been a while I came online to speak. I've always been at the background doing a lot. So I'm so happy for the invite, for me to be able to express myself and, say so much about things that I've had deep in my head that I want to share, but I've not had opportunity, like always busy with other things. So thank you so much for inviting me. It's actually a pleasure to speak with you, sir. Sir Dr. Ransom Onyema. Thank you
No,
for
no,
the
no. That's impersonation. I'm not yet a doctor yet. Soon. Mm.
yeah, you speak positivity to come to pass in the nearest
Amen.
years.
Amen.
Yeah,
So thank you so much, Benedicta. It's been an honor to have you on the podcast. So we've come to the end of the session. If you love this content, do well to subscribe, like, and share to your network. And hopefully, someone in your network will really benefit from this video. Thank you all. Thank you, Benedicta.
thank you.